Alright, so this is an awful setting. I am 100% aware of that. However, I am in a new dorm for college and I'm trying to just make the best situation I can of it. And so, this is what we have today. Hopefully, in future videos, I'll have a little bit of a different setting. But we're going to work with what we have right now because I just want to release a video of my general thoughts of the Oscars, of the 2020 Oscar nominations. By the way, to those who saw my live reaction video this morning, I apologize about that. What happened was I started filming and then I realized all my roommates were asleep and I didn't want to be loud because I knew I probably would be. And so I just stopped the recording. So that's why you saw probably just a 30-second video. There it is. Anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm just on the Oscars website right now and I'm just going to give you my thoughts on each category. The categories that I know of, at least. I don't want to sound pretentious and pretend like I know about all the categories. And if you do know about all the categories, then good for you. You're not pretentious. I just don't want to pretend like I know about all of them. So, in order of the Academy's main page, let's go. Actor in a leading role. We've got Antonio Banderas, Pain and Glory, and I believe it's his first nomination, so that's really cool. Leonardo DiCaprio for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which, fair enough. And then Adam Driver, Joaquin Phoenix, Jonathan Pryce. Now, Joaquin Phoenix and Adam Driver, those were given. We knew that they were going to be nominated. Jonathan Pryce, that's the one I want to talk about. I am so happy that he was nominated for an Oscar. He's never been nominated before, and his performance in The Two Popes was really good. In fact, probably my favorite thing about that entire movie. So, really glad to see him nominated. Actor in a supporting role, Tom Hanks, I'm so glad to see him get nominated. He hasn't been nominated in years. He should have been nominated for Captain Phillips. He wasn't, but now he's nominated for Mr. Rogers, and he did amazing in that performance, so very glad to see that. Anthony Hopkins, another actor that hasn't been nominated in a long time. You know what, really, Anthony Hopkins, I don't know the last time Al Pacino was nominated. Joe Pesci, I know it's been a while, and Brad Pitt, I think it's been a while for him too. So all these nominees for supporting, like, good on them, and they're all very deserving. I've seen all these performances, actually, so that's really cool. If I could choose one, I would choose Al Pacino personally. However, I think Brad Pitt's going to get it, and I'm totally fine with that because Brad Pitt is great. But if I could choose, Al Pacino all the way. Actress in a leading role, nothing too big to talk about here. My vote personally is Scarlett Johansson in Marriage Story. That's who I would like to win. However, I want to say it'll be Renee Zellweger, but at the same time, last year Glenn Close won the Golden Globe for Best Actress, and she did not win the Oscar. Olivia Colman did. So, Scarlett Johansson, I wouldn't completely discredit. I wouldn't completely give up on Scarlett Johansson. She still has a shot at winning this. Other than Scarlett, I haven't seen Bombshell, Judy, or Hair yet. So really, Saoirse Ronan and Scarlett Johansson are my only two fair choices. And those are honestly my top two choices because I also love Saoirse Ronan in Little Women. But she's not quite as good as Scarlett Johansson in Marriage Story. Just saying. Actress in a supporting role, I really wanted Thomasin McKenzie to get nominated for Jojo Rabbit. She didn't, however, Scarlett Johansson did, which is awesome. And it's so cool to see Scarlett Johansson nominated in 2 different categories. That's great. Laura Dern will most likely win. Not my choice to win. I just don't really like Laura Dern as an actress. I don't know how to explain it. She just kind of bothers me, so yeah. Richard Jewell, I haven't seen, but I hear that Kathy Bates, from the people who have seen that, I hear that she's not, like, she's good and everything, but she shouldn't have been the other nominee. Personally, I feel like the grandma in The Farewell, don't even ask me what her name is, I feel like she should have taken Kathy Bates' place. She was awesome, and I wish she would have gotten some love. And then I would have liked to see Thomasin McKenzie take Florence Pug's place. By the way, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Florence was, like, fine in Little Women, but she's not Oscar nominee worthy. That's really weird to me, honestly. And then Bombshell, again, I haven't seen it, so I can't really judge Margot Robbie, but I know that she's a good actress. Animated feature film, let's talk. All right, so How to Train Your Dragon 3, super glad about that. That was no surprise. Same with Missing Link and Toy Story 4. Those were all no surprises. But I feel like there was an unspoken rule that it was either going to be I Lost My Body or Klaus. You couldn't take both of them. And I'm so glad to see both of them nominated. I haven't seen I Lost My Body, but I want to see it. I'll probably watch it before the Oscars. I'm just kind of low-key glad that Frozen 2 didn't get nominated. Kind of glad. Because there were some very beautiful scenes in Frozen 2. Scenes that happened and I was like, wow, this is pure Disney magic right now. This is why I like Disney. But at the same time, I feel like it's a little bit of a humbling experience for Frozen 2. I mean, they exploded with the first movie. they're just fine not being nominated. I think that's fine. If I could choose which of these nominees wins, Klaus, all the way, Klaus. Second place, How to Train Your Dragon. You know what? No, I would say it's a toss-up between Klaus and How to Train Your Dragon 3. Either of those would be amazing. Then after that, Missing Link. Toy Story 4 is really the only one I don't want to win because I just didn't feel like that was a needed movie at all. So I just don't want it to win. That simple. Sorry I keep changing the lighting around. This is just a very weird video for all of us. Just trust me. I'm going to skip a few of the categories that I don't really care too much about. Directing, you've got Martin Scorsese for The Irishman, which was fine. I think that he deserves that. Todd Phillips for Joker, I don't completely agree with that. 1917, Sam Mendes, yes. Quentin Tarantino, sure. Parasite, Bong Joon-ho, never seen it, but based off all the reviews and the rave that it's getting, then I'm sure he deserves it. Here's what I would change about this one. I would replace Todd Phillips with Lulu Wang, I think her name is. Lulu Wang, yeah. Here's what I would do here. I would replace Todd Phillips for the Joker and put Lulu Wang for The Farewell. The Farewell got seriously snubbed this year. I am so sad to not see it get one nomination. That is ridiculous. And the Joker itself, to me, that movie was good because of the performance. The movie itself wasn't anything too amazing in my opinion. And so I don't really feel like Todd Phillips needs to be in that category. We all know there's going to be some controversy because there are no females nominated. I'm not necessarily one of those people who gets all butthurt about no females being nominated. In my opinion, it's all about the talent. It's all about what deserves it. And so if there was a year where 5 women directors' movies deserved it, then I would be all for having 5 women nominees. It's not a thing of male or female. It's about which deserves it. And as far as the lineup goes for women-directed films, I haven't seen all of them. I have seen Little Women, and I don't necessarily feel like that deserved a nomination for Best Director. However, I would definitely say Lulu Wang for The Farewell. I wish that would have been nominated instead of Todd Phillips. Documentary, I haven't seen any of these, unfortunately. I'd like to see them, but I haven't. Let's see. I'm going to skip a few. International film, again, haven't seen any of those. I want to see Parasite really bad, but I haven't seen it yet. And then music original score. A lot of these are I don't want to give my opinions because I feel like we all know who it's going to win anyway, so I'm just going to skip them. Best Picture. So Ford v Ferrari was nominated for Best Picture, and my friend Jackson and I talked a little bit about this, and we both agree that The Farewell should have been nominated over the Ford v Ferrari movie. That's a good movie, and I'm not discrediting it at all because I really did like that movie, and I feel like it did something new for the racing genre. And to craft a movie like that takes a lot of work. However, the Farewell, I mean, that movie just hit me, and I liked it even more on a rewatch. And Ford v Ferrari isn't a movie that I see myself rewatching anytime soon, whereas The Farewell, I'll probably watch that plenty more times in the years to come. As far as everything else that's nominated for Best Picture, I'm completely fine with it. I'm glad to see Jojo Rabbit, obviously, Little Women. Really, the only Best Picture nominees that I haven't seen yet are 1917 and Parasite, and I'll see those in a few months, hopefully. Short film animated, I wanted to give a little bit of love to Kit Bull, mostly because that's the only one I've seen. But Kit Bull is amazing. It's on Disney Plus right now, and if you guys haven't seen it, then watch it because it is very heart-wrenching. So there's that. Let's see, sound mixing, visual effects. Visual effects, no big surprises there. I do want to shout out The Lion King. That movie sucked, but it definitely deserves a nomination in this category, so really glad to see it there. As far as snubs, I wish Alita Battle Angel would have gotten some love, but I don't know which movie it would have replaced in this category because I feel like all of these movies in this category are very deserving, and so that's just for what it's worth. I would have liked to see some love for Alita Battle Angel. Writing for adapted screenplay, all those were kind of predictable, so happy with those. However, original screenplay, I am happy to see Rian Johnson nominated for Knives Out. That makes me really happy. And everything else, again, was just kind of a given. Overall thoughts. Very happy to see Klaus nominated for Best Animated Feature. Happy to see Missing Link, obviously, in that lineup as well. Predictions, I feel like Missing Link or Klaus will take that. Sorry, I talk about animated because that's really my favorite category. I love that category. Snubs, Awkwafina should have been nominated for Best Actress in a Leading Role. Really sad that she wasn't. That would have been awesome to see her nominated for that. And as far as everything else, I haven't seen every single movie, and so I can't give my opinion on everything. But as far as the things I have seen and my initial thoughts, there they are. Thank you for watching. And again, sorry about this morning. And I'm sorry for this awful background. Like, we've got freaking clothes in the background. What is this? I'm going to try to work on a better background. I'll give you guys a little view real quick. Just a sec. So there's my computer with the nominations pulled up. I have books currently as a tripod. My microphone, my lighting. I'm just going to go ahead and turn that off now. A cat calendar. And then my bed right here. And a poster of my roommate's bed. And so it's just, look at my desk. Like, I have like absolutely no room. And so it's not the most ideal place to film videos. And so I'm trying to work that out right now. If all else fails, I may just kind of switch to video essays for the time being, just because, yeah, I mean, I know you guys love seeing my face, but this just isn't a great setting at all. Just let Donna Lewis and Jimmy Stewart tell you. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. And let me know what your predictions are, your thoughts on the nominations. And I'll see you in the next video.